A vote of 11-1 on the first vote taken in the jury room for conviction gets...
Sidney Lumet, one of cinema's greatest directors, was known for his sharp storytelling.
Two things. First of all, you give him a person who understands what he's doing, the thing that we were talking before about Marlon, which is very important to him.
Deep understanding of human emotion and ability to bring out incredible performances from his actors. Across his 5-decade career, Lumet directed over 40 films, including 12 Angry Men, Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon, and Network. While he worked with countless talented performers, there were certain actors he held in especially high regard. Those who pushed boundaries, trusted the craft, and embodied the truth of their characters. Here are the 10 actors Sidney Lumet most admired throughout his life and career. 1. Al Pacino. There's no denying that Al Pacino held a special place in Lumet's artistic heart. Their collaborations on Serpico, 1973, and Dog Day Afternoon, 1975, became cinematic landmarks. Lumet often said that Pacino had the rarest gift an actor can have, the ability to make truth exciting. In Serpico, Pacino played a real-life cop exposing corruption in the NYPD, a role filled with moral complexity and vulnerability. Lumet admired how Pacino could oscillate between fury and fragility so naturally, making audiences believe every second of his struggle. In Dog Day Afternoon, Lumet pushed Pacino even further, transforming a desperate bank robber into a symbol of human desperation. Lumet once called Pacino a pure actor who thrives on danger. 2. Henry Fonda. Before he ever worked with Al Pacino, Lumet's career took flight with 12 Angry Men, 1957, starring Henry Fonda. Lumet credited Fonda not only for his calm, commanding screen presence, but for the moral gravitas he brought to the story.
That's right, I broke the law.
Listen, you pulled a real bright trick. Now, supposing you tell me what it proves.
Henry was a moral compass, Lumet said in interviews. He carried decency the way most people carry a wallet, quietly, but always there. Fonda's portrayal of juror number 8 remains one of cinema's defining depictions of integrity and conviction. Lumet often said Fonda's quiet strength taught him how stillness could be more powerful than shouting. 3. Paul Newman. Lumet worked with Paul Newman on The Verdict, 1982, and it became one of the director's proudest achievements.
He'd give me a job.
You're already working for me.
Newman's performance as an alcoholic lawyer seeking redemption struck Lumet deeply. He said Newman had an actor's soul, a willingness to expose himself without ever asking for the audience's forgiveness. Lumet admired that Newman, despite his movie star looks, never shied away from broken or morally gray characters. For Lumet, Newman's subtlety and precision made him one of the most emotionally intelligent actors he'd ever directed. 4. Sean Connery. Lumet collaborated with Sean Connery several times, including The Hill, 1965, The Anderson Tapes, 1971, The Offense, 1973, and Family Business, 1989. Their relationship was built on mutual trust and artistic respect. Connery, eager to escape his James Bond image, found in Lumet a director who challenged him to go deeper. Lumet admired Connery's willingness to dismantle his tough guy persona and embrace psychological complexity. Sean was fearless.
Doing on Sundays,
Lumet once said. He wanted truth more than glamour. 5. Rod Steiger. Lumet and Rod Steiger first worked together on The Pawnbroker, 1964, a film that became a turning point in both their careers. Steiger's portrayal of a Holocaust survivor struggling to connect with humanity left Lumet in awe. Rod understood suffering like few actors could, Lumet reflected. He gave you the soul of a man through silence. Steiger's performance was raw, restrained, and utterly devastating, something Lumet called a master class in emotional truth.
I bow before your spirit. There's only one other thing I'd like to say.
Their collaboration remains one of the most powerful examples of actor-director chemistry in cinema. 6. Faye Dunaway. When Lumet directed Network, 1976, he needed someone who could embody the ruthless ambition of television executive Diana Christensen. Faye Dunaway not only met that challenge, but redefined female power on screen. Lumet was fascinated by Dunaway's intensity. He said, "Faye didn't play the role, she lived it." She could make calculation look human. Her performance won her an Oscar, but more importantly for Lumet, it showcased how women could be written and performed with the same complexity and danger as their male counterparts. 7. Marlon Brando. Though Lumet and Brando never made a film together, the director often cited him as one of his greatest influences.
To get the legislators to pass the laws that have to be passed.
He described Brando as the actor who changed acting for everyone. To Lumet, Brando's performances in A Streetcar Named Desire, On the Waterfront, and The Godfather represented a revolution in emotional authenticity. Lumet admired Brando's ability to bring a new realism to film, a style that influenced how Lumet directed his own actors. Brando made truth messy and beautiful, Lumet once said.
You say that that's acting. That's not. I'm motivated at that moment to do that, and I can do it.
8. Katharine Hepburn. Lumet deeply respected Katharine Hepburn for her fierce independence and commitment to excellence.
If he hadn't been married.
He was married. His wife was a very nice woman who had spent her life taking care.
Though they never collaborated directly, Lumet often mentioned her in interviews when speaking about actors who inspired him. He admired her courage to age on screen without vanity and her refusal to compromise her artistic standards. To Lumet, Hepburn represented everything that made Hollywood's golden age truly golden: professionalism, discipline, and fearless individuality. 9. Peter Finch. In Network, Peter Finch delivered one of the most iconic performances in film history as Howard Beale, the mad prophet of the airwaves.
Why, he's the holdout on the other side, as much as Fonda is. But it's all in terms of what his personal...
Lumet's direction and Finch's raw energy combined to create cinematic lightning. Finch's famous outburst, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore," became one of the most quoted lines in history. Lumet called Finch's performance a miracle of controlled chaos. He admired Finch's instinctive understanding of satire and tragedy, the ability to embody a man losing his mind. 10. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Late in his career, Lumet expressed admiration for Philip Seymour Hoffman. Even though they never worked together, he saw Hoffman as the natural heir to the kind of truth-based acting Lumet always pursued. Philip had what Brando had, the willingness to disappear into the role. Lumet once said, "He reminded me that acting, at its best, is about listening and revealing, not performing." Lumet's praise for Hoffman symbolized his appreciation for actors who prioritized authenticity over image, who sought depth over fame. Lumet's legacy with actors. What made Sidney Lumet so unique was his philosophy of collaboration. He believed the director's job wasn't to control actors, but to give them freedom within structure. He created safe, honest spaces where performers could be vulnerable without fear of judgment. Lumet often said, "Actors are the bravest people I know. They walk into a room and reveal their souls to strangers." His rehearsal-heavy approach, rare in Hollywood, allowed actors to find truth in every scene before the cameras rolled. He pushed them to explore.
To be in a profession where you need physical labor, and movies are very exhausting physically. I don't know about how other...
To question, to fail, and to try again. This process resulted in some of the most nuanced performances in cinema history, performances that still resonate decades later. For Lumet, acting wasn't about stardom, it was about truth. Whether it was Al Pacino's explosive intensity, Henry Fonda's moral stillness, or Paul Newman's quiet despair, Lumet drew the best from those who shared his passion for authenticity. Sidney Lumet's career was a celebration of actors, the heartbeat of storytelling. His admiration for these 10 performers reveals his own values: honesty, courage, empathy, and craft. He wasn't dazzled by celebrity, he was moved by humanity. From Henry Fonda's moral grace to Al Pacino's volcanic energy, from Faye Dunaway's precision to Rod Steiger's anguish, Lumet saw in each of them a mirror of the truth he spent his life pursuing on film. Even decades after his passing, his legacy continues. not just through his films, but through every actor who strives, as Lumet did, to tell the truth on screen.